I don't know. I just decided like I can't go out like that, crying on the way to the cage, where having a goddamn panic attack and just upset and sad, and going in there and letting Dominic Reyes punch me in the face just to feel something other than grief. I just didn't want to do that. So, yeah, we're gonna go one more time, Ariel. One more, and that's it for me.
Okay, so I have to say, as someone who likes you and respects you, dare I say, calls you a friend, we've had some nice conversations.
Oh yeah.
On a personal
Stop
note.
questioning that. I don't know why you do that.
Well, I don't want to show
we're
like a
not
bias.
friends.
I don't want to show a bias to people.
Just
but
be biased.
it's
I'm biased
inevitable.
sometimes.
We're human beings, right?
Yeah, you can't help it.
Okay, fair enough. My good friend Anthony Smith, I'm watching you emotional walking down, to the fight, emotional after the fight. It was hard to watch. And I can't imagine what it was like for your family and very, very close friends, to see you in that state. It was very hard to watch. But you did stop short at saying it was it. I think the word you used was maybe or probably, something to that effect. So now it sounds like you are going to go. And are you saying that the next one is the last one, sort of like what Dominic Cruz just said, like it's one more, no ifs, ands, or buts? Are you saying that that's
it's one more
here? Okay.
Yeah, it's one more.
And is the UFC
win, lose or draw? That's it.
Is the UFC on board with this?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you have that assignment?
I do.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is it out there?
No.
Do you want to make it out there?
No. Yeah, I do, but I'm not trying to get in trouble.
All right.
You can't get fired on your last one,
bro. It's your retirement fight. Do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, it's true. Like, what are they going to do? Fire me?
Break it on your pod. That's the least they can let you do.
That's a good. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask them, like, can I at least announce it on my own podcast?
Hell yeah, you should.
Yeah.
And everyone will credit your pod and will get some pub for your pod.
Yeah, and you'll do it on here. You'll credit Don Payne
1,000%.
Anthony Smith. There we go.
Can I ask time frame at least? Just that.
Yeah, April.
Okay, and are you happy with the opponent? Are you at peace with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's less about it was more about the
final walk.
It was more about the time and place.
Okay, interesting. Time and place.
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony Smith is headlining the UFC's return to Nebraska at where the Cornhuskers
Shit,
play.
I wish.
90,000?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Do you regret fighting in December?
No. I cried every single day on my way to practice and on my way back, and I was like in absolute grief. Like I couldn't even think straight. Like I just, and I still like I miss my friend, but after the fight, I've cried very little. It was like I think I needed that to heal. Like that was. I don't know. I kind of did the same thing after my mom died. Like I went and fought, and maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have. Who knows? But I was better leaving the octagon than I was going in.
Why do you think that is?
Some fucking psychopath. There's something wrong with me. I don't know what it is, but there's something wrong with me. I don't know.
Did you really say to Dominic, what he said in the post-fight? Hit me so I could.
What did he say?
He said that you told him to hit him, or sorry, you told him to hit you so that you could feel something other than grief.
I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying anything though.
To him?
I don't. I'm not saying I didn't.
But you said it just before that. You said it in this chat.
Yeah, I've told him that before we even got in there.
Oh, so maybe he was just saying that you told that to him on fight week?
Yeah.
Wow. Where were you guys?
Like when the fight was going, like I realized immediately he was in a mixed martial arts competition, and I didn't want to be a part of.
Right.
I wasn't there for a competition. I was there for some healing and to get into a fist fight. So once it was like, I don't know, I thought the first round was going pretty well. If the plan was to win the fight, that wasn't the plan though. Like I wasn't in there for like if I was able to exercise whatever demons I was trying to exercise and accidentally won, then great. But there was like healing and some real chaos that needed to take place, and he wasn't interested in it. And so then we just had to go a different direction.
What were you like in the locker room? Like we saw you walk out emotional. Were you emotional in the locker room too?
I was when I first got there, because there's like some things that happen that are like inherently habit that you don't really realize until it's happening. It's like something you never think about before. But then when it happens, like, oh shit, like this is when Scotty would do this, and this is when like, so that threw me off a little bit. I will say though, I owe Bryce Mitchell a like a debt of gratitude. He was in my locker room, and I don't know that he could tell something was going on, but he was like, he had this other room that was kind of off of mine a little bit. And I don't know if he could tell something was off or like, and I was a little bit emotional, but I was kind of holding it together. But I'd have to go like back in the shower area and I'd kind of lose it for a second and then pull it together. And then Bryce moved his whole team into my space. Didn't say anything, didn't ask, like just walked in. And I remember he said something like, just want to be closer to you, brother. Like, it was like, it was the oddest thing, but like I felt more comfortable.
Wow.
For some reason. And then right before they said, Anthony, you're walking in 2 minutes. And I just felt like, I don't know, Bryce is a really faith-based person.
Yeah.
And I'm not like a big prayer or a big church guy, but I just felt like I needed something from Bryce. And I kind of went over and I put my hand on the back of his head and I said, I need one from you. And we just kneeled. He knew exactly what I meant. Like we kneeled down and had this, I have a picture of it. Someone snapped a picture and we had this amazing prayer. And I don't remember exactly what he said. But I felt, I don't know, I felt like very unsure the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure what I was unsure of. But leaving that moment with Bryce, I felt like, okay, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
Wow.
I don't know. I felt good about it.
Good for Bryce.
Like still sad and still, whatever because of just the moment. But like, I felt very, I don't know, vindicated. Like I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Like you are where you're supposed to be. And so that meant a lot to me.
At peace, perhaps.
Yeah. Sad, but definitely where I was supposed to be.
Okay. By the way, that was at least officially your 59th pro fight.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? So this would be your 60th.
Next one's 60,
which is an incredible number to go out on. Just curious, of those 59, was Scott a part of all of them?
Most of them, yeah.
Wow.
There was a few early on, like in maybe 08 and 09, that maybe on and off he missed, like a few here and there. But after that, generally no. He missed one UFC fight during COVID when I fought Devin Clark. He tested positive for COVID him and Danny tested positive for COVID on our, remember we used to have to do those pre-departure tests
Yeah.
Before you flew out, you had to test negative. He tested, him and Danny were positive for COVID before they flew to Vegas to corner me. So he missed that one. Other than that, he's never missed a UFC fight.
Wow, it's like 98%.
Never missed a UFC fight, never a Strikeforce fight, never even Bellator when I was in Bellator back in the day. Most 98% of them.
I know it's still fresh, but do you feel like you're getting back to yourself?
A little bit, yeah. I guess it's just getting used to the new normal. Like, and there's a lot of things that come along with that. I'm his highest ranking black belt, so there's this whole jiu-jitsu legacy, and there's an entire team that like I wasn't ready to take all this over. I just wasn't prepared for all of that. I wasn't prepared to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that I'd be pushing his crippled ass in a wheelchair and dumping him onto the mat still and kicking his ass, but and him just kind of being the guy. But so I guess he prepared me for it, but I wasn't necessarily prepared myself for it. So there's a lot of that stuff of just figuring out how to be him without being him to the rest of the team. There's a lot to it.
Are you taking over the team?
The jiu-jitsu program, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you're adding another duty to the pile.
Yeah. It was a lot.
Wow.
And there's other black belts that are under me that they're like, I'm not going to pretend that I'm teaching all these classes and doing all this stuff. Like those guys are taking on a large portion of that. But in terms of overseeing the team and the promotions and making sure that it's being ran the way that it needs to be and the curriculum and all that stuff, yeah, that's on me now.
Could you have ever believed that you would make it to 60 pro fights?
No, never. It's crazy, too. Like, that shit happens overnight where it's just, I don't know. 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 Like I thought before Scott died, I was saying I had 3 or 4 left. That was kind of my plan. And I never even had a number. I didn't until we just took this last fight. Hunter was actually the one that said 60. That's a good number to end on. I said, holy shit, I didn't even realize this one's 60. But it happens really fast when you're just grinding. But yeah, before Scott died, I thought I had 3 or 4 more left. And I definitely don't have 3 or 4 more left. I don't know. Just kind of done. Like that was kind of it for me. You know when like Habib said that he didn't want to do it anymore without his dad?
Yeah.
It's kind of how I feel.
Makes all the sense. So why even do the last one? Just because you don't want to go out the way you looked in December?
Yeah. I think I would just regret not doing it for me. Like the last one felt like was for him. Like this one, I just want to do one more that's for me and give everyone, I don't know, give myself an opportunity to do the things in training camp that maybe I haven't done before. And like even the last training camp, I spent a little more time at home with Scott, and like I bounced around with Dean Thomas and went to Arizona with Javier Torres. And like, I'm sure I'll do a little bit of that for this next training camp and just get a little bit of time at like go spend a few days with Longo and bounce over to, wherever I've always wanted to and be a pupil to a lot of people that I have a lot of respect for. And just give myself the opportunity to do that. And then just go into it knowing that this is it and have no reservations and no second thoughts and no guesses and just, I guess, just finalize it.
When you're done, you think you'll really be done? Or you think you'll be one of those guys who's like, oh, in a year, there's this, there's that, there's this.
No, I'll be done.
You think so?
Yeah. I kind of got out of it with all my faculties.
Yeah.
Like, and I got other things I can do. And like, I have a 3-year-old that doesn't, like, she'll never remember how cool I used to be. So like I have another shot to like just be a dad, like my older 2 didn't get the same dad that my younger 2 will. So I have to take advantage of that. And I don't know, Ariel, I can just tell, like, can I still win fights? For sure. There's a lot of people that I'll still beat. I'll beat most of them, like if we're talking all the top guys in the top 5, maybe those days are past me. But in terms of just generally at 205 pounds across the world, I'll beat most of them. But there's just things I can tell that I don't like. Like I get in just fine. I don't always get out as quickly. Like there's just little things that I don't like, and I don't want to have to start adjusting my style to my age.